Welcome viewers to the Saturday, June 10th, 2023 edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with news that the non-stop concert will now be held at the festival grounds in Roadtown. The move was confirmed by Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley on Thursday. According to Premier Wheatley, the decision to make the shift from Brandywine Bay is in line with efforts to ensure that this year's Emancipation Festival receives maximum support and tax money is spent wisely.
I'm not deaf to the concerns I have heard from the people of the Virgin Islands. We want to ensure that our festival celebrations receive maximum support, and we want to ensure our hard-earned tax money is spent well. Therefore, we have made an important shift. The non-stop concert will now be held at the festival grounds, and this will be the first event to kick off the festival season.
The new location will also allow a seamless transition from this event to various pre-festival activities that will benefit from the erected stage.
The stage for the non-stop concert will remain up after the event, which will allow for even more pre-festival activities. This will result in significant cost savings and the opportunity to raise funds.
The Premier also took the occasion of this announcement to address various narratives currently circulating in the public space, some of which have labeled the event as political.
While we are making adjustments, it is important to note that this event is about building our tourism product and building our economy. Contrary to what some have said, it is not just a big expensive party. It is not a VIP celebration, neither is it a pat on the back or a victory lap. This is a good-natured, well-intentioned effort to promote our first American airline non-stop flight between Miami and Beef Island. It is an effort to build entertainment tourism in the Virgin Islands, and it is an effort to improve the economy that will sustain all of us.
In other news, a total of $23,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs in this year's One Virgin Islands Poker Run, which is set to take place on Sunday, July 2nd. This year's edition will see the first place winner walking away with $1,500 more than the $8,500 that was awarded in 2022. Speaking on the prizes to be awarded was founder and chair of the event, Dr. Michael Turnbull, during an official press conference that was held at Paradise Club and Restaurant in Cane Garden Bay on Wednesday.
Fourth prize, you have an opportunity to try your hand at getting $500. Third prize, you get $200, $2,000, right? Third prize is $2,000. Second prize is $4,000. But this year, we wanted to round the number off. And instead of doing $8,500 or $8,000, this year the first prize is $10,000.
Dr. Turnbull also provided details on the updated route, which will start and end at the Paradise Club in Cane Garden Bay.
Now, we will leave here at Paradise Beach Lounge at around 10:45 a.m. Then, we have changed the route up. We're going to leave and go to Ocean 7 and the beautiful Peter Island. After Ocean 7 on Peter Island, we're going to go to Tortola C.B. Rubley Pier Park. And we're going to have fun there, be safe there. And then after that, we're going to go to the beautiful Blunder Bay in Virgin Gorda, which is also our lunch stop. There we'll have games or what we call our halftime show. We're going to have special guest artists performing. We're going to have judging for Best Dressed Crew and other fun games that families and friends could take fun in. After you've had the delicious cuisine, as you know, Blunder Bay has a world-class leading chef there. After you have amazing cuisine, we will leave from Blunder Bay and head to the beautiful, beautiful Just Van Dyke. But this time we're going to Great Harbor. You might ask, why are we going to Great Harbor? Foxy's will still be the core where we'll have the card exchange, but there's so many different small restaurants within Great Harbor, and we wanted all of them to have that economic stability and traffic. So we'll be in the whole of Great Harbor, be able to have some fun and relax, and guess what? After that, you have 10 minutes or less to come back to the beautiful, pristine King Garden Bay Beach and Paradise Beach Club and Restaurant.
Once back on land, Dr. Turnbull said that patrons will be entertained with a free fashion show and an after party that will have music from local band Vibe and St. Martin's Mysterio. At least $20,000 will be gifted to 2 schools. Dr. Turnbull also revealed that the One VI organization will be giving back at least $20,000 to 2 local schools.
We want to make sure with that, we're going to ensure that we give $20,000 or more back to our schools, because this is not a for-profit organization. We do this to make sure that our young kids and children within education have the ability to move forward. So we continue to lead with a heart.
So far, he said the Enos Adams Primary School has been identified as one of the 2 schools to benefit, while the other has not yet been confirmed.
So one school has been identified. Kathy just asked which are the targeted school. One school has already been identified, that is the Enos Adams Primary School. And you may ask why that school? Because of the closing of Althea Scatliff Primary School. That school has gone from around 60 to 70 kids to around 315 children. And after a meeting with the principal and staff, an injection of funds, resources from us will be great, and we already met with them. They agreed to collaborate, and so we're going to identify that school. We have identified another school preliminary, but we haven't met with those school officials, so we don't want to announce that. But we also want to make sure it's going to be 2 schools, because our goal is to do 2 schools at a minimum of $10,000 per year.
Viewers, with that, we take you to a quick commercial break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We're searching for the extraordinary, the exceptional, the Super Dads. Presenting 284 Media's Super Dad Tribute. It's your chance to honor and celebrate the incredible fathers in your life by submitting a video sharing why your dad is a super dad. Whether it's his unwavering support, his sage advice, or his incredible sense of humor, let the world know why your dad is a true superhero. Head over to 284media.com or 284media on Facebook for more information on how to enter. Winners will receive incredible prizes, including unforgettable experiences and months of free service from CCT. Enter the Super Dad Tribute Competition and let your dad know he's a real-life superhero.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way that day.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I even watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. The Virgin Islands is weeks away from the commissioning of an asphalt plant, which promises to significantly slash the cost of upcoming roadworks being undertaken by the government. That is according to a recent update provided by Director of the Public Works Department, Mr. Jeremy Hodge.
As you would note, the minister has been giving quite a few updates, and I've given a few myself. Mm-hmm. We've had quite a number of delays, but I'm happy to report that we're almost there. I would say weeks away to having a fully functioning asphalt plant. We have a brand new modern Amen asphalt plant that can produce up to 100 tons of asphalt an hour.
Wow.
This is something that we need desperately in the territory. We have to be in a position where we can produce our own asphalt to maintain our roads, which would allow public works to be more responsive. It will also save the government a tremendous amount of money. It will save the government, based on what they pay to purchase it privately, save them more than a third of the cost per mile of road.
Hodge went on to provide some specifics as to where the project currently stands and what works will be done in the coming weeks.
Where we are right now, Paul, is that if we go more detailed, the silo is that big bin that the trucks, those 20-yard trucks that Public Works have, those green trucks that you're familiar with, would back up under to receive the asphalt. It's a big bin on stilts that will open and let the asphalt out. And it gets asphalt from the plant that will belt the asphalt up to that bin and open it. That needed some configuring. As we speak, my guys cast the pedestals for that to be mounted, which will be the last step for the silo to be addressed. We have to let the pedestals cure for about 7 to 10 days because it's a very heavy piece of equipment to place on top of that. We also have the electricals being completed as we speak. BVI-EC has just today placed a brand new transformer on the site, and I think it's hooked up and everything and ready to go. Thank you, BVI-EC. They have been there very helpful to us. We also have been constructing the shed or the shed for the heating elements. We have some elements that has to heat the oil. The oil comes in these 20-foot containers. Imagine a 20-foot container filled with thick tar oil, we call bitumen. It has to be heated with an element, and it has some electronic devices that has to control that heat. And we're building that shed. We cast that today as well, where they will back right up in there. We'll be able to heat it and transport that oil into the 40-foot container that houses the oil that feeds the plant.
His estimated timeline lands the completion of the plant towards the end of June and its official commissioning ceremony possibly in the first week of July.
So once those are completed and all have a time to be completed the third week in June, Amen, we have a WhatsApp chat with them so they know every step of the way we are so that they can be ready to come and commission the plant. So I'm optimistic that the plant will be commissioned. We'll have Amen in here the latest, the first week in July also to be here. Not only will they be commissioning the plant, but they'll be training my guys. We'll also be inviting private technical persons to learn how to operate the plant. We, at Public Works and the Ministry of Works, we want to make sure we embrace the community to be a part of this venture as we get our asphalt plant working and start to upgrade our physical infrastructure, our roads infrastructure.
In addition to its core role providing materials for local projects, Hodge stressed that the new plant will provide training opportunities for many Virgin Islanders.
As we move forward, government, we have a lot of people complain about government. We don't have enough employees and this and that and everything.
It's always something.
But I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse. What I'm going to do is incorporate young men and women that are interested. After the plant is up, of course, we're going to train people to run the plant, maintain the plant. We're also going to train persons on how to build asphalt roads and what it means to have long-lasting, durable asphalt roads. We'll be inviting or actually having an engineer to come and work with my roads engineer to administer that training so that persons who have that interest and that inclination for that, we can train them they can build their own teams, because we have lots of roads to rebuild.
I agree.
And we want to be able to spread out. My team, they're very good, well trained, but they won't be able to do it all. And if we do attempt to do it all, it's going to take us quite a long time to do it. And I know that I've had this conversation with both the Premier and the Minister of Communication and Works, both the Honorable Natalia Whitley and Honorable Kairima. I'm going to call their name, right? Because we didn't have that meeting in public, and I want everyone to hear that they're committed to make sure that we're successful as we move ahead to address our road infrastructure.
We continue with news that with the BVI's tourism product now benefiting from the direct American Airlines flight from Miami to Beef Island, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Whitley is confident that arrival numbers in 2023 could surpass the 1 million mark, a feat only achieved previously in 2016. Premier Whitley said during a recent interview with 2A4 Media that he was optimistic about achieving this goal across all sectors.
I think when all is said and done, we're going to have a very good year. 2016 was the only year that we broke 1 million passengers. And I'm being optimistic that this year we'll do the same, that we'll actually break 1 million passengers, which would perhaps be maybe the second best year to 2016, which makes us very optimistic about also 2024.
Premier Whitley, who is also the tourism minister, said with all the developments that have been occurring in the industry, things are looking very promising.
As we continue to recover from the pandemic, of course, as we seek to establish new flights, as Peter Island development comes back on stream, a lot of our properties are returning. We want to ensure that our charter boat industry, that it remains strong, and that we take some steps in terms of our legislation to make sure that the charter boats continue to come in steadily. So we think that our best days are yet ahead of us as it pertains to visitor arrivals, and we also want to improve our visitor experience. And so you'll be seeing a number of things that we're doing to improve the visitor experience, including, of course, having more entertainment for persons.
Meanwhile, Director of the BVI Tours Board, Mr. Clive McCoy, spoke about the significance of having direct flights from the United States mainland to the territory.
This means so much to the British Virgin Islands. For many years we've been talking about getting non-stop from the US here, and now that it's a reality, we're overjoyed, we're excited. We certainly can't wait to make more flights come to the BVI. As you know, we have a second flight coming in today, so that lets you know what the appetite for the destination is. But overall, we're overjoyed. Kudos to the BVI Tourist Board team for putting on such a wonderful party here for the guests that are coming in. I hope they're appreciative of it. We have rum in the bag, a little bit of BVI fudge, salt. I'm overjoyed, as you can see.
Continuing on to some entertainment news, the BVI Music Festival is set to make a return on a yet-to-be-announced date in 2024 after a 10-year hiatus, and the customary location of Cane Garden Bay may be replaced. This is after Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Whitley, Minister for Finance as well, confirmed during a recent press conference last Friday that other locations are currently being discussed for this festival.
Other locations have been discussed. I don't think any final decisions have been made as it pertains to locations. So I'll leave that to the Tourist Board. The Tourist Board will be managing the Music Fest moving forward. So I'm pretty sure I've pledged to them that I'll provide them with some financial support early so that they can start their planning early, book artists early, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to put out a save the date at some point later this year, so persons can start planning for Music Festival.
The cancellation of the BVI Music Festival came in 2014, and organizers blamed financial constraints and the government's decision not to provide major sponsorship, as done in the past, as the main reasons for cancellation. Meanwhile, residents can expect more details on the upcoming Emancipation Festival to be released in the coming days, including the names of artists who will be headlining this year's festivals. Chairman of the Festival and Fairs Committee, Dirk Walters, made that announcement while at a press conference that day, stating that planning has been going well so far.
The planning has been going very well thus far. We actually started planning, doing our strategic analysis and planning from many, many months ago, as late as late last year. So the conversations have been going very well. We've been engaging a lot of different performers, artists, seeing how we can actually enhance the whole festival product and get it out there as early as possible. Persons may have realized that we actually put out a save the date from since last year and then put it out again early this year, as well as the schedule of events, which, as I mentioned earlier, actually encompasses when festival starts, the main activities, including the pageants and all of these things, so persons can actually start planning. So right now, we're just going to, very soon, within a couple of days, start releasing the specific artists that are going to be performing in the festival. And we've been in contact with sponsors, potential sponsors, industry partners, to see how we can all work together, including the media, to enhance it.
Viewers, with that, we take you to a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man, forget you.
How may I assist you?
Listen.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. We head over to District 6 in this story, where on Monday, Honorable Myron V. Walwyn and supporters officially commissioned the new District 6 office, catering to those residents. The office was blessed by Pastor Calvin Millis of the Church of God Holiness Boggers Bay. In speaking to our agency, Honorable Walwyn shared the purpose of the office as well as the reasons behind its opening.
District 6 office was one of the campaign promises made to the people of the district. I thought it was important, and it's important, for residents to have a central point where they could meet their representative and interact with him or her to address issues that are affecting their lives. And it certainly helps the district representative to be more accessible to the residents and provide that point of contact where whenever there is an issue, as simple as it may be, if it has to do with water, being off, to something about a job or grants or whatever it is that you need your district representative, you should be able to make contact with that person at a particular location. And that is why we found the office was important, and we decided to open it today. And I'm grateful, very, very grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve people from that office.
He also spoke directly to the various services that will be offered at the office to registered voters of District 6.
The services that we'll be offering are, of course, daily meeting hours with myself as a district representative, job placement services, resume preparation services, passport and visa waiver applications, assistance with social development grant applications, assistance with residency and belonger applications, filling and free delivery of medical prescriptions for seniors. We're going to do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Free notarial and commission of oath services for 6 district registered voters. We have special hours for Spanish-speaking residents on Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. As you know, we have a large Spanish-speaking population in District 6, and we want to ensure that they can access the services as well. The persons who are Spanish-speaking in our community, they can come any day of the week that they wish, but they will have someone who's bilingual on Saturdays that can assist persons who do not speak English very well. We don't want them to be left behind. We're going to be offering food pantry services, so those persons in our community who are the most vulnerable ones, they can come by and they can pick up something from our pantry to take care of themselves and their families. And of course, continuous voter registration. These are just some of the services, but as I said earlier, we want to be able to, the office to serve as a central point for anything. So if there's a problem in the district, as I said, if your water is off, if the garbage bins are overflowing and they need to be addressed, whatever the issue is, if you see something in the district that is not right, you pick the phone up and you call the office number, 5400802. Someone will be there to take your calls, and we'll address whatever issues you're facing.
Additionally, he shared the hours of operation and future plans for an additional office in Bellevue.
In the initial stages, our office hours will be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are also seeking to open an office, a district office in the Bellevue area as well, because we want to ensure that we are accessible to as many persons in the district as possible. Bellevue is a bit far off from Purcell Estate and Boggers Bay. And so we wanted to be able to be closer to the Bellevue community to provide the services that they need. So in about a month and a half or so, we should have a next office opened in the Bellevue area to provide services. And that will certainly then affect our office hours currently from 11 to 7. We'll have to break it up between the two places so that we can provide the services to the entire community.
The office was one of the main areas campaigned on by Walwyn, and the rep said he was pleased to be able to deliver on that promise. For more information, residents can visit the office at Stonehaven, Port Purcell. Prevailing winds have been linked to the regular operation of American Airlines Flight 3989, which departed the Terrence B. Lettsome International Airport on Sunday, June 4th. The confirmation came from Managing Director of the BVI Airports Authority, Kurt Maynal, via a statement on Monday, following an assessment by American Airlines. Maynal said the irregular weather conditions experienced in the territory on Sunday affected all flights to and from the airport, with flights having to depart from the east of the runway as opposed to the west. These conditions, he said, likewise affected American Airlines Flight 3989, which had to impose further restrictions to allow for safe departure of the flight from the runway at the airport, which is much shorter in length when compared to the other runways of the airports of the airline's destinations. Maynal also revealed that the challenges experienced on Sunday were not specific to the BVI, as the airline also experienced similar challenges when they first launched in Dominica. He said American Airlines has assured the BVI Airports Authority that the situation is rectified. And viewers, that is all for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Jacko Whitting, and I will see you again next week. So have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye.